Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside Wrestling Entertainment. This is Joel Perez here for another edition of your SmackDown Live reviews. And it was SmackDown Live, the first SmackDown Live of 2018 for the date of January 2nd. We were live here tonight from Orlando, Florida. We're going to be talking everything regarding SmackDown Live, and the big news coming out of tonight's show was at the very end of the show, Daniel Bryan announced that both Kevin Owens and SAMI ZAYN would face AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble, not in a triple threat match, but in a handicap match. And clearly that is building more upon the fact that Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are conflicted in the way they think and the way they think things should go down on SmackDown Live. But besides that big news, SmackDown Live as an overall show here tonight was not good at all. It's very similar to what we got last night on Monday Night Raw. It is rinse and repeat. Boring, generic, repetitive garbage. That's what SmackDown Live was here tonight, and that's what Monday Night Raw was last night. Not good. We're going into one of your biggest shows of the year. It is officially 2018, and we're still getting the same old crap from SmackDown Live. That's not the way things should be working. We should be getting new. We should be getting fresh. Something about this programming needs to change, because right now it's just the same old format and it's getting stale. Actually, it's been stale for a long time now. It's ridiculous. It really is. This is not a Backlash pay-per-view. This is not a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. This is not something that really does not matter. This is the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. This is the road to WrestleMania that we're going towards, and we continue to get the same mediocre television, and there's no reason, there's no excuse for that, and I think you can all agree with me on that account. We're going to talk about everything that happened on this show here today, but of course, before we go into that, I just want to tell you guys to make sure to go check out all the other content on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, because there is so much other content to go check out. Monday Night Raw review was uploaded last night. Great Monday Night Raw review that we had right there. We were talking Roman Reigns being fed more and more of the Monday Night Raw roster as we go towards WrestleMania, and at this point the inevitable Intercontinental Universal Championship match that he will have with Brock Lesnar. So there's that on Monday Night Raw, as well as the return of Brock Lesnar. He was on Raw in a terrible segment with Kane. You can, of course, make sure to go watch Monday Night Raw review if you did miss Monday Night Raw itself, or you want an educated opinion on Monday Night Raw, or both. Make sure to go check out the Monday Night Raw review. We have Monday Night Raw and SmackDown reviews each and every single week. Have not missed a Raw or SmackDown review in over a year right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, and I think that is commendable in and of itself. But there is a lot more content on top of that. You have Behind the Mic each and every single week. There was no Behind the Mic episode number 51 this past week. There will be this upcoming week. Of course, this past weekend we took it off because of the holidays, so that was skipped out upon. But Behind the Mic episode number 50 went up. That was a great edition of Behind the Mic, so make sure to go check that one out. And of course, the top 10s going on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Still working on top 10 matches of the year. That's a mind-boggling one, and after watching shows like these, you really don't want to go into something like that. It really discourages you from talking about WWE as a whole, but we are slow but steadily working on our top 10 matches of the year. But if you cannot wait and you want these top 10s, we have top 10 worst superstars of 2017 up and top 10 best superstars of 2017 up. Links to both of those videos are down in the description. Actually, links to the last 10 videos on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel are on the description below, as well as to go check out the Twitter account of the same name, Ringside Wrestling. We live tweet with Raws, SmackDowns, pay-per-views. When the shows are garbage like this one, we tend to tweet a little less because, again, it's discouraging. You don't even want to talk about being a wrestling fan after shows like these. But that is besides the point. Make sure to go check out the Twitter account. You'll also get notified on there whenever I upload. But the best way to become notified whenever I upload is, of course, the good old-fashioned way, clicking on that subscribe button. Make sure to subscribe to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, as well as to click on that notification bell. You'll get notifications straight to your mobile device whenever YouTube wants to act up and not put the videos in your subscription box. You will for sure get it on your notification bell, as well as to like this video if you enjoy what you hear here, and your opinion is as important as mine. So make sure to comment in the comment section below what you thought of SmackDown Live here tonight. Besides that, on SmackDown here tonight, we were in Orlando, Florida, and the show was started off by our WWE Champion AJ Styles, who clearly came out to a big pop from the crowd. Styles wished us a Happy New Year and welcomed us to the house that AJ Styles built. Fans chant for AJ Styles' name. Styles talks about superstars having New Year's resolutions for the Men's Royal Rumble match and how he has some New Year's resolutions of his own to main event WrestleMania 34 as champion and leave with the title around his waist. The other resolution is to defeat SAMI ZAYN tonight. Well, by the end of the night, that resolution did not come true, but Styles talks about SmackDown General Manager Daniel Bryan allowing Sami at ringside for last week's main event, and says that Bryan has offered to come explain his decision tonight. So out comes Daniel Bryan, probably the most over man still in the entirety of the WWE. Bryan is interrupted by the music before he can get going, and out comes SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon. Shane gives a shout out to Orlando and wishes us a Happy New Year. Fans chant for Shane now. Shane says he had the best intentions when he came out last week. Fans also chant for Daniel Bryan's name. Shane apologizes to AJ for what happened last week. Shane says he does have a legitimate beef with Sami and Kevin Owens, but he believes Bryan has something more. Shane asks why on earth Daniel Bryan would let Shane come to ringside, or why he would let, or should I say, Sami Zayn come to ringside last week. But before Bryan answers that, Shane has a bigger question that people are asking. Is Bryan turning the yes movement into the yup movement? Fans chant no. Bryan goes to speak, but Shane interrupts him, and fans boo. Shane says in the spirit of fairness and competition, he will be ringside for tonight's main event. Bryan says we might as well have Owens at ringside too. Fans boo that decision. Bryan says if Shane and Owens are going to be out for the main event, he might as well be ringside too. Shane says it looks like they're starting 2018 off with a bang. Bryan gets a yes chant going, and Bryan shakes hands with AJ Styles, who has a dumbfounded look on his face. And there you go with that one. So clearly, in this opening segment, which SmackDown Live opened up literally how any other SmackDown Live would open up, but clearly by the means of this opening segment, you can tell that there was going to be some type of BS going on in the main event here tonight, and that's exactly what happened. We're going to be talking about that at the end of this review. But, I mean, SmackDown Live opening up with the same type of opening segment that any other WWE show opens up with. They should have done something new. If they wanted to do something fresh, what could they have done? They could have condensed this little segment or this little interaction to a backstage segment, not had it open the show, and instead had the tag team championship match that was on this show kick off SmackDown Live here tonight. Give that some extra time. Those 15 minutes that you usually have at the beginning of the show, which run with no commercials, give that to the matchup and have that be a great match to kick off the show. Why not do that? Instead, you condensed that tag team championship match into a slot where it was filled with commercials, and we really did not get the enjoyment out of that matchup that we should see from a matchup between the Usos and Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. And that detracted from the quality of the show. It made the show feel like the same old crap that we get from every other WWE show. Instead of kicking off 2018 with a bang, like they like to say, they instead kicked it off like they always do, with garbage. It is ridiculous. You could have done so much better, and you refused. My God. Anyways, the announcers, they show us the brackets for the WWE United States title tournament, which will wrap up at the Royal Rumble. They confirm Xavier Woods versus Aiden English for later tonight. Also, SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, the Usos, will defend against Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. We go to commercial, and when we come back, the Usos and Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin are doing their entrances. The Usos, they cut a quick promo before the matchup, and the matchup begins, and this matchup was filled with some unnecessary controversy. Like I said, instead of having and letting these guys have a matchup, they needed to do something that was just completely unneeded. The referee was made to look like a complete idiot, and you had the referee at one point in this match count the illegal Uso, and that gave Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin the tag team title win. So the Usos started arguing with the referee. They had another referee come out and tell the referee that counted the pin, the one who was officiating the matchup, they told him, that Uso that you counted the pin on was not the legal Uso. They pinned the wrong Uso. He was not the man tagged into the matchup. So the referee said, well, I'm a dumbass. He restarts the matchup, and here we go again. So the Usos, the rightful winners, and the way that Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin had won, it absolutely felt abrupt. I said, this has got to be some type of controversy. Maybe they're going to pull the he had his shoulder up or some crap like that. But no, they did restart the matchup. And it just goes to show you how WWE logic works. Literally, the referee, they always say, when they need to, they always say, well, we can't change the decision of the matchup. The referee's official word stands. But as soon as they need to change it around a little bit for storyline, the referee, it's alright. The referee can restart the matchup now. Even though the referee's official word stands, he can restart the matchup just because he was an idiot. I don't get it. I do not get it, bro. I really, really don't. WWE logic, bro. It was absolutely unnecessary. All that time that you took having the referee and all this confusion, that could have been put into these guys putting on a great performance. It was unneeded controversy because in the end, the Usos won anyways. So what was the point of this? Can somebody explain that to me? Oh, that's right, you can't. You can't. There is no point to this. It's probably just going to be used for the team of Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable is going to be used as an excuse due to the controversy, and they're going to vie for another tag team title shot. They're going to say, Well, we could have won that matchup, but amidst all the bull crap that was going on in that matchup, we really got caught on the wrong side. We got caught on the wrong night. We need another opportunity. We deserve another opportunity because we were really screwed. We were in the middle of all this controversy. We want a fair tag team title shot. Now that's what's going to be used to extend the feud. When realistically, I wouldn't even say that these guys should be in the tag team championship position. I would put the most over team against the Usos. I would give Rusev and Aiden English a shot at the tag team titles. Why? Because they clearly deserve it. Clearly the crowd is on their side. Just a couple weeks ago, going towards whatever SmackDown Live exclusive pay-per-view it was, Clash of Champions, they beat both the New Day and I believe the Usos. So why not? Why not? They're over as hell. Clearly the crowd would be invested in a storyline between these two teams. Yet you mean to tell me that you're going to put Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin in that position? Hell, I just read a report. You can go on WWE Shop, I believe, and if you see the top merchandise sellers, right now, Rusev Day t-shirts are the #1 selling t-shirts on WWE.com. That's above AJ Styles. That's above everybody else in the WWE who might be over right now. And by the way, interestingly enough, Roman Reigns is not on that list of t-shirts. If WWE keeps pushing Roman Reigns down our throats. But right now we're talking about SmackDown, so that's besides the point. Anyways, this matchup, after getting restarted because the referee was an idiot, the Usos, there was this cool spot where the team of Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, they need to give that team a name because saying Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable is like just on the dot is hard. Saying the Usos, bada boom, I got it. It slips off the tongue, but Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, it's hard while you're trying to go on a rant to just slip that out of the tongue. But that is besides the point. They had and their tag team finisher needs a name too. What the hell do you call that? What the hell do you call that? They need to get the creative team writing down names for these guys. God damn. Anyways, the American something. Just call them the American Alpha 2.0. Call them something. God damn. Anyways, they were going for their powerbomb elbow tag team finisher. I don't know what the hell you call it. Anyways, Shelton Benjamin had one of the Usos in powerbomb position. The other Uso was ready to super kick Shelton Benjamin, so the other Uso kind of slipped down into Hurricane Rana position, while the other Uso super kicked Shelton Benjamin right in the head, and then they went for a double super kick on Chad Gable, did the splash, and bada boom, shakalaka, the Usos retain. So why couldn't you just have had that be the result to begin with? I don't understand that, but that is what happened here tonight on SmackDown Live. The Usos retain their tag team championships. I'm predicting that this is going to continue. This is going to continue towards the Royal Rumble, because of course it is. Sami Zayn was walking backstage with Kevin Owens when Renee Young approached for comments on the main event, asking if anyone being at ringside will affect the outcome of the match. Owens talks about how AJ Styles will lose tonight, just like he did last week. Sami doesn't care if Shane or Bryan are at ringside because it won't change what happens. They both go on about how this is the Sami and Kevin show, and how the WWE will take another loss tonight, or the WWE Champion will take another loss tonight. So there you go with that one. The Riot Squad versus Natalya, Tamina, Snuka, and Carmella was announced. Another 6-man tag. Oh my god, sign me up. Breezango versus the Bludgeon Brothers in a rematch was also announced after the commercial break. So we went to commercial, we came back, Breezango versus the Bludgeon Brothers, and they were showing a replay from last week of what happened last week. And before the replay ended, the Bludgeon Brothers attacked Breezango. That was before the matchup even started. They laid out Breezango. Out came the Ascension to make the save. The Ascension were the people who got Breezango in this situation to begin with. But they came up for the save, and they tried. One of them was knocked off the apron. Victor, I believe, was dragged into the ring by the Bludgeon Brothers, hit with their double team finisher, which also needs a name, and they were laid out. So even the Ascension stood no chance against the Bludgeon Brothers. I like how the Bludgeon Brothers are being booked. I see the next program with these guys, or the next matchup with these guys, possibly being the Ascension and the Bludgeon Brothers. So there's that. We see the New Day backstage. Kofi Kingston and Big E have a surprise for Xavier Woods as he prepares to face Aiden English in a tournament match tonight. And by the way, really? Aiden English and Xavier Woods is the best you can get for a United States Championship tournament? My God, does that sound terrible. And ridiculous for that matter. Holy crap. Anyways, Woods talks about how they will all three become the United States champions once he wins it. And they tell him to blow out the candles on a 2018 made out of pancakes. But Aiden English walks in with Rusev to interrupt. They talk some trash, and Rusev blows out the candles, stealing Woods' wish before walking off. Alright. Back from the break, Mojo Rawley is backstage in this quick little backstage segment. He says he will defeat Zack Ryder in their United States title tournament match next week, putting Ryder where he belongs, in the past. Woo woo woo, you know it. We go to a tournament match, Aiden English versus Xavier Woods. This really was nothing special here tonight, of course, because WWE hates anything that is over on their shows. Xavier Woods won this matchup with an elbow off the ropes, so there was that. After the match, the New Day celebrated at ringside as Woods goes to the U.S. title that is on display, and he will face Jinder Mahal next week. I wonder who is going to win that match. Yeah, I think Xavier Woods is going to do it. How about you guys? Leave it in the comment section below. Dasha Fuentes is backstage with Carmella, Lana, Tamina, and Natalya. You can already tell this was awful. They are all confirmed for the Royal Rumble match now, clearly. They also cut promos on the Riot Squad ahead of tonight's 6-woman match. They walk off and we go to commercial. So it is the Riot Squad versus Natalya, Tamina, and Carmella. Best believe that I did not watch anything that went on in this matchup. Anyways, it was Tamina who went to the top as Lana cheated her on. Liv pushed Tamina off the top while Ruby Riott distracted the referee. Logan hit a big knee on the back of Tamina's neck and covered her for the win. It was after the match that WWE was trying to emphasize, because the Riot Squad, they stood tall, and Ruby Riott took the mic. Ruby bets everyone here in Orlando believes in magic, right? Wrong. Magic isn't real. It's just like everyone in the crowd. Phony. I wonder who scripted that one. Fans continue booing. Ruby says they all pretend their way through their lives and pretend to be happy, but they're just miserable. Ruby says they all need a strong dose of reality, so take a good look. The Riot Squad is real. Their destruction is real. Their success is real. Fans are giving her the what chant, and Ruby announces that Liv and Sarah Logan will be joining her in the Women's Royal Rumble match. That was announced before the match even went down. So I don't know what the point of that one was. Anyways, Ruby goes on, but the music interrupted her, and out came SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. And you know that the title is so important on SmackDown Live, you know they really care about your women's championship. You know it's such a prestigious title when not even the champion can come out with the belt. Whoo, my lord. Who the hell thought of that one, bro? My lord. That's just the type of things I notice when I'm watching this show, bro. They say that the women's championship is so important. It's this prestigious title. Really? Really now? Yet you don't even have the thoughts to have your women's champion come out with her women's championship? Oh my lord, bro. Somebody on this show needs to grow a brain. Somebody needs to grow a brain. Anyway, Charlotte takes the mic, and Charlotte, my lord, sounds like an absolute robot on the microphone. But she takes the mic and she speaks, saying that was quite a speech, but she is a dreamer and she believes in the power and magic of her dreams, my lord. Flair says to find something you're passionate about and your world can change. Flair says Ruby believes in reality, so here is a dose. Actions have consequences. Flair introduces her to someone that wants to teach all three of them a lesson. Naomi. Naomi comes out to her hometown crowd, actually, and joins Flair on the stage. Flair wants to introduce them to someone that wants to make the Riot Squad pay for their actions. And realize that I'm saying this the way Charlotte would say it. Pay for your actions. That's the way she said it. Anyways, it was Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch finally returning to SmackDown Live, as if that's going to make much of a difference. It was garbage when she was here. It was garbage when she wasn't here. And it's probably still going to be garbage now. But that is besides the point. Becky Lynch is back. And what did she do? She headed to the ring, and they took down the Riot Squad. They cleared the ring of the Riot Squad, and there you go. We go to commercial break. We come back, and it is Baron Corbin who confirms that he will be in the Royal Rumble. Corbin goes on about why he can't wait for the match to go on in main event WrestleMania 34. He actually cut a good promo here. He was like, the Lone Wolf is in the Royal Rumble match and he can't wait. He kept saying that he can't wait. It was really nicely done by Baron Corbin, getting better on the microphone, but it seems like they really have nothing for him on SmackDown Live. That is besides the point, however, because we went to the main event and it was AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn. And for those of you who expected this to be a classic match between Sami Zayn and AJ Styles, you might have been sadly mistaken, because realistically this was nothing but more build, more controversy between Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan, because of course this has to do with their feud that has been progressing, and even the WWE Championship picture is going to be revolving around this. Why couldn't they have done something where it would have been AJ Styles in this separate angle and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in this separate angle? That way you have two big angles on SmackDown Live. But no, when you finally have AJ Styles as your WWE Champion, finally, when we're done with the plague that is Jinder Mahal, then they have to wrap. They have to concern this AJ Styles WWE Championship reign around an entirely different feud over the McMahon feud. That's what AJ Styles' championship reign has now become. Because now that he's feuding with AJ Styles or he's feuding with AJ Styles. Yeah, I'd love to see that match. AJ Styles versus AJ Styles. That would be a damn good one. Actually, it really would. But that is besides the point. AJ Styles, now that he's feuding with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, now that has become entirely wrapped in with what Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are doing. And that's not the way I want to see that. It's really not. Realistically, what you should have done is you should have had AJ Styles be beaten, by both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. That will force Daniel Bryan to say, well, you look at it and they both beat the champion. They are both deserving of a championship match. So let's put them in a triple threat match. But a handicap match? How much more underwhelming can you get than a handicap match at the Royal Rumble? Really? A handicap match. Anyways, what you should have done is you should have announced the triple threat match instead, and now you have the dynamic where it is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to double team AJ Styles. But what happens when it comes down to who pins AJ Styles? That is where the cracks begin to form. Now you can still do that with a handicap match, but correct me if I'm wrong here, but wouldn't that be a lot better in a scenario where it's a triple threat match? Because then you have the exhilaration of Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. And what if Sami Zayn pins Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship? What if Kevin Owens pins Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship? On top of that, you have that. Instead, at the Royal Rumble, what this entire match is going to be, it's going to be Kevin Owens beating on AJ Styles. He's going to beat on AJ Styles. Sami Zayn is going to beat on AJ Styles. And then one of them tries to go for the pin. It creates this big argument. And AJ Styles is going to take advantage of that. Phenomenal forearm to probably Sami Zayn. And that's your matchup. Goodbye. Good day. Instead of having a triple threat dynamic where it's back and forth between everybody in that matchup once things break down. You have the dynamic of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. You have the dynamic of AJ Styles and Kevin Owens, the dynamic of AJ Styles and Sami Zayn. Instead of doing that, you have realistically limited the quality of the matchup at the Royal Rumble. And on top of that, instead of centering this around the WWE Championship, you have now centered it around Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. And instead of being, oh crap, how is AJ Styles gonna defend his WWE Championship? It's, oh crap, how is Shane McMahon gonna react to Daniel Bryan putting AJ Styles in this scenario? It's ridiculous. It really, really is. Whatever happened to focusing on your championship? That's my grief with this. That's my problem, my issue with this scenario. And you can't disagree with me. You really can't. Anyways, this matchup was nothing special. It all broke down eventually when Kevin Owens pulled the referee out of the ring when AJ Styles got some type of cradle, I think, on Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens pulled the referee out of the ring, so the referee ejected Kevin Owens from the entire matchup. Daniel Bryan took the mic and said, well, if you're going to eject Kevin Owens, why not eject Shane McMahon as well? Shane McMahon took exception to that. Kevin Owens, who was walking out, got on the apron, so AJ Styles went for Kevin Owens and instead got hit with a haluva kick by Sami Zayn. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn pins the WWE Champion. And AJ Styles, he got on the microphone after that and said, something needs to be done about all of this because I'm pissed off. I'm tired of all this childish bickering between Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. So Daniel Bryan said, I have a solution. At the Royal Rumble, it's going to be AJ Styles in a handicap match. Well, AJ Styles got on the mic and he said, why don't you just put me in a match against both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens? Put me in a handicap match. So Daniel Bryan took the mic and said, well, exactly that. You'll get your handicap match at the Royal Rumble. So, and it's going to be for the WWE Championship. So, what the hell do you do there? How is that even going to work? If Sami Zayn pins AJ Styles, he gets the WWE Championship. Or if AJ Styles gets pinned by either Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn, they're both WWE Champion. I don't get it. I absolutely do not get it. So, what is the scenario there? Why can't you just be simple and make a triple threat match? Why do you need to be confusing? Why do you need to do something that makes no type of sense? I don't understand that. I really don't. And that's absolutely the type of episodes that SmackDown Live was here tonight. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And those are all my questions. Those are all my concerns going forward. This show was not good. And it's because they're centering their show, and they've been centering their show around the wrong thing all these months. Why would you have Jinder Mahal as your WWE Champion? Nobody wants the show to be centered around him. And then when you finally have AJ Styles, you want to center it around Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan? What? Are you kidding me? It is ridiculous, but besides that, that was all we seen on SmackDown Live here tonight. If this show needs to get a rating, it's a 3 out of 10. 1 point for AJ Styles. 1 point for, I don't even know, the Usos and them being great. And 1 point for Rusev Day, Aiden English, and my boy Rusev. But besides that, SmackDown Live was completely dreadful here tonight. Besides that, this show was garbage. So for now, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to go check out all the other content, Raw reviews, SmackDown reviews, pay-per-view reviews, end of the year top 10s, and all that good stuff right here on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, make sure to comment, because for now, this has been Joel Perez of Ringside Wrestling, and I am out of here. Thank you very, very much for watching this video, and I will see you next time right here on Ringside Wrestling.